been a very challenging time with the passing of my father, as well as my father-in-law in November. Your support has been amazing and very much appreciated. My dad was born January 31st, 1941, grew up in Lynn, Mass. He was the son of Jerry and Margaret, brother of Mary, Eileen, Helen, and Joe, father of John Jr., Jennifer, and me. Grandfather of Courtney, Claudia, Julia, Ashley, and Ryan. He loved them all. But I'd like to start with the love of his life, my mom, Judy. They met the second to last day of school, their junior year. There was a fire pit party. He may have showed up with another gal. We won't go there. When Judy arrived, they talked most of the evening. And the next day of school, being the last day, Judy arrived to several girls greeting her, asking if she liked Johnny Marsh. She responded, "Yes, I guess I do." And they were together ever since that day. They enjoyed driving a white convertible around beaches in Swampscott and hanging with their friends. Once married, they lived in 72 Canterbury Road, where they met their best friends, the Parkers. Every day was like a Seinfeld episode. That's all the entertainment that was needed there. Growing up, we spent a lot of summers at a small cottage in Maine. Fishing with my dad, uncle, and brother was always an event. In golf terms, we were fishing hacks. We found a small lake in Ossipee called Duncan Lake. It was our favorite location. Duncan was stocked with trout every year, so it was like really fishing out of an aquarium. Dad liked to give his brother a hard time when he's wrapped his night crawlers with marshmallows and cheese whiz. But it really wasn't about the fishing. It was all about, it was always a hilarious event. As you know, hockey was a major part of my father's life. Years ago, he shared a story how he was introduced to the game. As I remember it, it was one cold winter day. He was hanging out with his friends playing pond hockey. Pond hockey was very big back then. And the Lynn English hockey coach happened to be passing by. The coach must have liked what he saw, but for whatever the reason, the conversation became a little heated. Coach ended the conversation by saying, "Hey, if you think you're such a hot shot, why don't you try out for the team and show up on Monday?" "Yeah, maybe I will. Now get lost," was the type of response. But to everyone's surprise, he showed up Monday afternoon. Needless to say, he made the team. He quickly became a top player and captain, went on to Boston College. He was then selected to the U.S. national team in '64, Eastern Olympics, '65, '66. He had a great career. It was something that he was always humble about. After his playing days, he coached Linfield High for 25 years. He had plenty of opportunities to go elsewhere, but he was happy staying in the small town of Linfield. The hockey stories over the years are endless. I'm truly blown away by the letters and messages that we have received. Some from players that played for him 50 years ago, and the impact he had on their lives. I need to mention the Linfield Junior High years where he taught history for close to 30 years. At the start of each year, students who were not assigned to him were lined up outside room 25 in an attempt to transfer in. He liked a clean classroom and had some plants and flowers in the back corner. One day he noticed students admiring his flowers. Then he thought, wait, why are those little punks suddenly interested in my flowers? So he checked out the situation closer and found out they added some pot plants to his flowers. And word spread quickly throughout the school that Mr. Marsh had some quality homegrown. They got a beating for that, but they said it was well worth the laugh. He had the ability of connecting with all personalities. He was the king of nicknames. Many of his nicknames were used years after high school and still today. In the 90s, he became a grandfather. He loved this role, being called the guy. Not really sure where that name started, but he embraced it. He enjoyed going to he enjoyed going to granddaughter's sporting events, as he did for us growing up. Never missed a game I had, a track meet for my sister, or an event at Phillips Academy for my brother. He always loved dogs too, and he passed on his love for pets to all of us. Once retired, he started taking up golf, and sports always came pretty easy to him, but golf was a real challenge. But he continued to work on his game and improved a lot. He won a Super Seniors tournament at Turner Hill, and it was like he won the Masters. When he saw me, he was all excited and said, "Can you believe I beat that old bastard?" But his favorite was playing with his old buddy and BC roommate Paul Lufkin. You could always hear them laughing throughout the course. Golf etiquette was not a huge priority. In 2015, my sister's husband tragically passed away. Ashley was a daughter to my dad. He did his best filling in for the loss of Ron. He also had a special relationship with his grandson, Ryan. When he was in hospice in his final days, I thanked him for everything. He was always there for us. I almost made it. He would never, when he was healthy, we talked every day, and he never ended a conversation saying goodbye. It was always, "Okay, kid, we'll see you tomorrow." Well, it may not be tomorrow, but your spirit will always be with me and my family. Love you. Rest in peace. Thank you.